Hello guys, welcome back to the video. Today I am going to be continuing the drawing of our Dekay's brown snake. Of course, I am going to be trying to be fairly relaxing during this video as well. I kind of like the idea of going the ASMR route with my channel from now on, for two reasons. It seems that not only does it attract more viewers to the channel, because ASMR is a fairly popular thing, but as well, I think that there aren't too many ASMR artists on YouTube. I think there's a few, but I think that the amount that there is, being so little, might benefit me in the future. So, I guess I'm going over my marketing idea for you guys, even though it's, I guess, not the most important to you. I figured I'd let you know, because it is important to me that I'm transparent with my viewers. So if you don't like ASMR, I would recommend trying to find a different channel. This might not be for you. But if you do like ASMR, I would love to have your, viewership. With that, let's get started. So, I am going to just zoom in here. I have my desk set up a little bit different. That way I can get a little bit closer to the microphone. I'm at a different color profile because I was sketching something different earlier. So I am just going to color select. I would like to color select at least. There we go. And let's continue, shall we? I'm also going to make sure that my phone is completely off. There we are. And I'm going to pull up another reference of a Dekay's brown snake, because even I forget exactly how they look. I'm no memorization gal, so. Alrighty. We have a reference going. I have some more Gatorade. Electrolytes, it's what plants crave. I'm just gonna have a quick drink of that, and I'm gonna get started here. Now, I'm not the best at making straight lines, so I should probably make my Control Z more available. I try not to use smoothing too much just for my own practice, but truth and fairness, I'm going to turn it on with this little slider. Maybe I'll do 20%, because at the end of the day, I am going to be shipping this off to Fantasy Soup, and they can profit off of it. So I also want to output a product that they are proud of, so that they can sell it happily. I always worry about not outputting a product that I'm proud of. I think that's a worry for many artists, though. I'm not always the most confident as to if my art is worthy enough of being sold. As you can see, I'm not very great at drawing lines that just keep going. You may have noticed it in my garter snake drawing that I have lines that aren't exactly perfectly curved, and in fact, they even seem to wobble a bit. I have a wobbly hand, and I have a sketchy art style, so drawing smooth lines like these are not my forte. What I may do is just zoom in slightly. That way, I can get a better sort of how would you say, when you're climbing and you need to get a better grip on something, kind of like that, but with art. Vantage. That doesn't seem right either, but it seems more right than grip. I'm just gonna look over at this. As you can see, I didn't do very great here, so I'm actually going to erase this quickly and redraw this little bit. I have such wobbly hands. It's the one drawing I've ever been able to draw so well. How about that? What does that look like? I want to fix over here as well. It curves out just a little bit too much. We can always fake it till we make it with a bit of an eraser tool to refine things and add back with the pen. It's my favorite saying, fake it till you make it. Yeah. That looks okay. Now, apart from the northern water snake, colubrid scales are for the most part smooth, so I probably won't be painting every individual scale on the body. I will definitely paint or draw every scute on the belly. But for the most part, I'm going to be working with a bit of painting and negative space in order to make the pattern of the snake instead of directly drawing the scales, because that can start to look fairly messy, and I'm no expert. So let's continue. You see, I'm mildly stalling when it comes to drawing the body because it makes me fairly nervous. I do want to get a better reference of the belly of the brown snake. They're actually quite simple. It's a very pleasant cream color, almost like a New York style vanilla ice cream. And they have some small dots on their bellies, but exceptionally small. Not like the dots on the bellies of a garter snake or the checkers on a northern water snake. No, they're almost like small. It's not even a spot, really. It's as if you took a needle and you dipped it in paint and you just lightly touched the scale, and that small amount of pigmentation that is left, that is the size of the dot, and it's mostly on the outside. It almost reminds me of a vanilla bean sort of thing, or small flecks of cinnamon in milk. It's quite pretty, and they're very shiny on their bellies. I thought you might appreciate that. I do think they are quite adorable. See, the difficult part will be doing all these scales, but I think we will be able to manage perfectly. Sorry, I just bumped something on my desk. As I said, I don't have much room on my desk just because of the furniture that I'm working with. However, I did do a little bit of reorganizing so I could get the best of my sort of volume. I noticed in my last video some of my voice was cutting out in the microphone, so I just had to change that. We're at about 11 minutes now, so I'm going to add 20 minutes or so to my alarm so I know how much time we have left. But here we go, let's continue. So the bellies are going to be kind of bending like this. But then it'll start straightening out. And you might realize I'm not going all the way up into this area. And that's because I'm going to do this kind of bend at the end, like this. And I'll have to kind of erase some things, so I'm just getting the idea for now. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As we know, nothing is. Well, everything is perfect if we enjoy it, but everything is subjective, isn't it? So even if it's perfect to us, it may not be to someone else. And that's okay. Because you don't have to like the same thing as everyone else. And they don't have to like the same things as you. There's no rule on what you can and cannot like. There's only a rule as to if you're trying to force someone to like something. You can't do that. Whenever I talk about animals with my friends, I always get onto the subject of insects. However, some of my friends have arachnophobia, and even more so, some of my friends don't like insects at all. So I can't force them to like the insects that I like. But you can still share your interests with others, even if they don't enjoy your likes, you know. But don't force it on them. Ask them first, hey, can I show you a snake that I drew recently? No, you don't want to see that? Okay. Because there's nothing wrong with asking a question. The worst someone can say is no. And is no such a bad thing? Just a word in our vocabulary saying we don't have an interest in something, or we don't want to do something at the time. It's perfectly fine. It's just a word. So what I'm doing here is just kind of roughing in this area. It will change. But I want to get it in still. What's going to happen is this area here is going to kind of end up overlapping, like this area here. I want to zoom out and get a better look though, because as you can see, I've got this weird lump going on here, so I'm actually going to just refine that, just like so. Just like so. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, please press that like button and do tell me why in the comment section, because it helps me figure out what you guys enjoy about my channel and figure out what exactly I should focus on. After all, you are what matters in my YouTube channel. Not what I make, not what I choose to record. You guys, because you guys are my community. So I am going to have to erase this area just a bit, because as you can see, I'm going to have a bit of the back coming through here. Yesterday I caught a northern water snake. She bit up my hand quite good. I have bite marks on me still, but it didn't really hurt because she doesn't really have very large teeth. I bled a bit, but the only reason is because they have a mild blood thinning agent in their venom. Because colubrids do in fact have venom, but it's usually not very strong. Strong enough to maybe assist them in hunting, but not in killing a person. Now, one colubrid that you want to be careful of is known as the boom slang, and this is a colubrid that will in fact kill you. There are a few other colubrids that I know of that will harm a person, but I don't know many in the United States that will kill someone. This is why I call these Boopable Snoots, because these snakes will not hurt you. Well, they might make you bleed a little bit if they are particularly... I don't like to use the word aggressive because snakes only defend themselves. They don't particularly go after things and chase them. Their first mode of, I guess, defense is running away, slithering away, you might say. If that doesn't work, they go to a defensive position to scare off any enemies. They puff up, they make their head wider, and they hiss. If you pick them up, there are two things that they might do. The first is they might musk on you. This is when the snake expels any waste in an attempt to make itself seem undesirable to eat, as well as make you stink. And the second thing it might do is bite. Rattlesnakes are very cool because they're one of the only snakes that tell you, it warns you, it actively warns you, stay away from me. I'm going to bite you if you get any closer. And I think that is such a kind thing of it to do. Not many snakes care if you understand that they're going to bite. But rattlesnakes do. Believe it or not, another defense mechanism some snakes have is actually to mimic rattlesnakes. They will buzz their tails just like rattlesnakes, even though it doesn't make any noise. A lot of rat snakes do this. It's very cool. It's very neat. I think it's kind of cute too. They just rattle their tail in silence to make you think that they're venomous. This is also why some bull snakes are killed, because people think they're rattlesnakes because they sometimes buzz their tail as well. And some people think that bull snakes look like rattlesnakes. To be fair, many snakes have similar colorations. Maybe not similar markings, but similar colorations. And this is so that it can camouflage into its environment. However, you only have so much camouflage to go around before you start looking like a different snake. Because everyone's trying to hide just as much as you are. Oops. Made a mark I didn't want to make. If I could be any snake in the world, it would probably be a bull snake. I think they're very cute. And perhaps I'll be lucky and I find someone who understands that I'm not a threat to them. I saw a lady on TikTok who fed bull snakes eggs from her chicken coop. Or even let that bull snake live in her chicken coop because her chickens weren't producing any fertile eggs, so she didn't mind if the snake ate one or two of them. I feel like if I was a snake, I would like to find someone who didn't think I was that much a threat and even let me have a bit of free food. But hey, who knows? I think it would also be a very cool thing to be a bird. So, I'm biased towards a lot of animals, so it's hard to pick which one I would like to be. Birds could fly, though. And I think it would be such a great thing to be able to fly. Probably very relaxing. But I have a lot of stress. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I kind of wish my microphone could pick up a little bit more of the tablet noises, but frankly, my tablet doesn't make many noises besides the pen impacting with the tablet itself. However, the tablet doesn't in fact have a noise when the pen scraped on it, unlike a sketchbook. So it's a bit hard to pick up any noise such as that. So, but I do hope that this video has better audio than the last video. I spent about an hour and a half just going through trying to find the best settings for the relaxing ASMR sort of spiel. And I dealt with a lot of settings in my filters and OBS that I didn't really know what they did. So I hope that this video has better audio quality. We'll see. We shall see. And I also hope my voice is relaxing. I myself never thought I was a very relaxing person to listen to. However, my boss from Fantasy Soup said that he watched my video twice and found it very relaxing, so who knows, maybe I do have something going for me. Sorry, I just hit my mouse on the side. I'm not using my mouse currently because it's not needed, but I hit it. I feel like there's a certain amount of chicken scratch I have in my artwork, and it does make me less confident in marketing my drawings. But I'm always told by people that my art is good. I tell you what, though. I met an artist, and I actually got a tattoo by them. His name is Crit. I think Tattoo Haven is the tattoo shop. It's been a while since I've been there. He's in Bethesda, Maryland. His artwork is beautiful. It's like a woodcut style he specializes in, and he has so much research from medieval manuscripts. I'll see if I can put a link to his Instagram, because his stuff is amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. You know, I'm just gonna put a couple lines here just to show that this is, in fact, continuing through. A bit here as well. I suppose there isn't anything wrong with chicken scratch, to be frank, but some people do not like it. Feel free to tell me in the comments how you feel about this video as well, or list any recommendations you would like for a video in the future. I am open to requests, for sure. After this, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I've been quite bored recently, in fact. It's a mix of depression and, I guess, just lack of motivation recently, I think. I think we all go through this. Frankly, though, I expected it to end in the winter time, because that's usually when it starts, and all that. But apparently not. Apparently not. However, if you too are going through, I should say, different woes, I'm here. I'm not always here, but I'll try to be here. And I think that that's the best thing you could ask for, is someone who tries to be there. If you need someone, feel free to comment down below and I'll try to offer some consolation. Please tell me if you're looking for a solution or just someone to listen, though. I think that sometimes we can offer advice to people who don't really need it. Sometimes all you need is an ear to listen. I'm not very good at whispering, so I apologize. That was a bit of a harsh noise there, wasn't it? Sorry. I think these scoots are coming in very well. Very well indeed. In fact, We may even be able to add a couple dots here. Almost done. I may go just a little bit over time so I can add those dots, so I can show you what I was talking about with how small and adorable they were. I think that you all would very much appreciate seeing it. But I might misjudge. In any case, I prefer ASMR videos that last a bit longer, because it means that it doesn't loop as quickly, so perhaps it is okay to go a little bit over time. You'll have to let me know, though. There we go. There we go. I don't know about you, but I really appreciate it when ASMR artists have, at the end of sentences, a upwards inflection, just like this. There's a old travel agency kind of role play. I don't remember who made it. I haven't listened to any role plays in a very long while. Just because after a while I think to myself, is this awkward? I'm listening to someone play pretend and it's not Dungeons and Dragons. However, it was very good. He had an upwards inflection as he was going through papers and typing, booking sort of hotel stays, stuff like that. I appreciated it. Very much so. Okay, so we're going to be going a bit over time, but I just want to show you what I mean about these pretty dots. So, they just little flecks here and there, just like this. Look how tiny they are. Such tiny little dots, like fragments of banana and banana bread. Just so adorable. Not even spots. I love them so much. And they aren't on every scale. Sometimes there's 2 on a scale. Sometimes they're even smaller. I just love them. Adorable. Don't you think? Absolutely gorgeous. So, as you can see, this is how far we got today. We're about halfway done with the line work. I think that the next video that I record will be finishing up the line work and then going on to coloring, and then probably the video after that, finishing up the coloring and adding a border. You guys will have to tell me if you prefer artwork with borders or without borders. Do you want to see more of a border? Something else going on with that border? I feel like your guys' input as to what my artwork looks like is very valuable, because at the end of the day, I'm designing it for you. So, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed Max's Roost. Take some tea on the way out, as I'm sure that you will, enjoy. And I hope you have a fine rest of your days or nights. I hope you have a good one, guys.